Today's been a great day. Busy day. Had to go out of town, help my wife with some stuff, bringing some furniture to a coworker she has out of town, and he wouldn't let me leave there until I got new tires put on my trailer. So I had to wait for a little bit for that, and then came home, got some more workouts in, and hung out with my grandson, went to a meeting, and that was kind of cool too, taking him for the first time. You know what I mean? It's always great to, when I first got clean, I used to take my son to meetings all the time, and he's like, this is daddy's medicine. And I was kind of sharing the meeting that hopefully one day my grandson is able to say, this is my papa's medicine, right? Like, he understands the importance and the value of the program in my life, and God forbid he ever go down the road that I went down as an addict, but if he does, he'll know where to go to get help, right? Same with my kids. Like, if they know what's up, like if they ever ran into some trouble, they would know where to go to get the help that they need, because their stepdad has done the work to show them, right? So it was good to experience that with him. And kids are always a huge success at meetings because people love cute kids, right? So did that, and then got to be of service helping move some stuff. So outside of that, today I posted on Facebook, a man is determined by his actions, not his emotions. And that's a conversation I've been having with a lot of the guys that I work with, because they like to get in their feelings, right? And sometimes they get in their own heads about things, and they can't seem to get out of it, and they run these constant endless loops of what, right? In recovery, we call it a fantasy in reverse, right? In the triangle of self-obsession, it talks about fantasies in reverse, which gives the idea of like a fantasy, right? There's this good turnout of something that I'm hoping will happen, kind of me thinking about it. Fantasy in reverse is it goes the opposite direction, and it's a bad thing, right? And so addicts at times get caught up in a fantasy in reverse, right? Fear, resentment, and anger, right? They're fearful, or they're resentful about the past, angry about the present, and fearful about the future, right? So we get caught in these endless loops. And so one of the things I've been talking to him about is screw your feelings, right? Like, your feelings shouldn't dictate your actions. And I've been talking about feelings not dictating actions, feelings not being facts, right? Really trying to press on this feeling. Your goals don't care how you feel, right? All these different topics of how to understand how to deal with their feelings in a way that allows them to continue doing the things they need to do, right? Continue moving in the direction they want to go. And it's interesting because I have one guy telling himself to forget his feelings daily, right? Forget your feelings, forget your feelings, forget your feelings, forget your feelings, right? Because I've noticed a lot of men becoming emotionally driven, right? Their emotions dictate their actions. Their emotions are what make them able or unable to do what's right. You know what I mean? And so one of the things that I try to tell them is that no matter how I feel, I do what I have to do, right? And typically we look at that in an emotional state of how I feel, but sometimes exhaustion or tiredness can get in the way. That's a feeling, or I feel tired. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to work out. I don't want to, get out of bed. I don't want to take a shower. I don't want to, right? I don't want to have to do my day to day. And reality is we don't always have that option, right? Especially if you have little kids, you don't have the option to say, oh, I don't feel like feeding my kid today or changing their diapers. You have to do it, right? To not do it, it's considered child abuse. So How do we get to a place where in everything that we're doing, our feelings don't dictate who we are, but our actions do, right? And that's, so I had posted like, a man is determined by his actions. Like, what I want are my guys, or the people that I work with, to be action oriented, right? To be disciplined, that no matter how they feel, they're going to do what's right. They're going to take corrective action. They're going to get out of bed, and they're going to start their day. They're going to go to work. They're going to, right? No matter how they feel, right? They went to bed too late, so they're tired. Who cares? You made the choice to not get up to go to bed on time. So you have to deal with the consequences, and that's being tired, but you still got to go to work and get your job done correctly, right? Like, your boss shouldn't suffer because of your bad decision, right? Clients shouldn't suffer because of your bad decision. Customers shouldn't suffer because of your bad decision. Your kids shouldn't suffer. Your wife shouldn't suffer because of your bad decisions. Like, at the end of the day, like, you're making the decision to do everything that you do. And like, so we've really been talking a lot about too, like, you're responsible for how your life goes, right? Like, I'm responsible for the happiness and the sadness or the disappointment that I experience in my life. So can I be okay with how my life is progressing? If I'm not, then I need to make changes. I don't blame somebody, say, oh, you're making my life more difficult. Oh, you make my life. No, it doesn't happen that way. Like, accept responsibility, right? The literature says we can no longer blame people and places and things for our addiction. We must face our problems and our feelings, right? And so how do I get people to realize, like, emotions are fleeting, right? My sponsor says feelings, they come, they screw you, and they leave, right? So, like, to know that they're fleeting shouldn't, like, ruin my day because I have a feeling like, oh, I feel like crap today, or I feel like you're mad at me, or I feel like you don't love me. And then all of a sudden now the rest of my day is ruined because of something that potentially is not even true. And so I want people to realize, and this is like one of the first days where nobody commented, right? That's another one of those, like, I don't know if people were kind of put off by the comment that I made or what, but like, nobody made a comment to say yay or nay towards it. A couple people liked it, but that was it. But the reality is, like, as men, and really as women too, right? As people, we should practice goodwill, right? Goodwill is best exemplified by proper service. Proper service, doing the right thing for the right reason. So goodwill essentially means doing the right thing for the right reason. So can I be a person who's in a place of doing the right thing for the right reason, no matter what, no matter how I feel? We got into a fight. I'm still going to do what I promised you. I'm still going to take care of you. I'm still going to do this. I'm still going to do that. Like, that's what matters, right? Not, we got into a fight. Now I feel angry with you. So now screw you. I'm not going to, do the dishes or take the trash out or whatever I was supposed to do. Like, that's petty, right? That's childish. That's not grown up acting. That's not grown up behavior. And so how do we help people be grown-ups, right? That no matter what, no matter they're hurt or they're angry or they're lost or confused, like, you're still gonna do what you gotta do, because that's what we do, right? We push through and we make stuff happen. So I can't always speak for women because I'm not a woman, but I can speak for men at times. And what I want to tell my men is that your actions will dictate who you are, right? I tell people a lot of times, like, you're just a punk if you can't push through, right? Like, don't call yourself a man if you can't handle business no matter how you feel, right? Like, and as I walk through this process, I realize it's not feelings necessarily that stop me from doing, but like, there's still a lack of follow through 100% on everything that I say, and that has to change, right? Because I can't critique and I can't make these comments and then not put me like, oh, I'm that kind of man, but because I'm not. I don't allow my emotions to dictate my actions, right? Or my feelings to dictate my actions. Like, I do what I got to do no matter what. No matter whether I'm going to get in trouble or somebody else is going to get in trouble, I'm going to tell the truth, right? Like, it doesn't matter. And so I want people to realize, like, no matter how we feel, we still have jobs to do regardless, right? Kids to feed, families to take care of. need to make sure there's food on the table, roofs over our heads, clothes on our back. Like, that still has to happen regardless. And so I know it's hard, and I know there's a lot of struggle, and sometimes, right, like, it takes practice. Sometimes it takes prayer, right? Like asking God to help you because you just can't seem to put it together yet. But it's possible, and I want people to realize it. It doesn't matter how you feel. People shouldn't suffer because of how you feel. People's lives shouldn't be made harder because of how you feel. Like, you shouldn't have the right to sabotage or destroy stuff because you want to act like a little baby. So I want people to be adults, or learn to be adults, and so that's what matters, right? So I wanted to just put that out there today, that like, men are determined by their actions. Like, I'm gonna know a lot about you by the way you live. I'm gonna know a lot about you by things you say and how you think, and solution oriented, or do you get all caught up in drama and whine or complain, or are you about business, right? Discipline. And so I challenge every man to start adding disciplines to their life. Just do one thing the same every day for the next 30 days, 90 days, right? Let's just say 90 days. Which, like, okay, get up at 4:30 and start reading every day. Or get up and go to the gym. Or get up and stop eating sugar. Get up and, right? Like, find something to better yourself, to put you in a better position of growth by just changing one thing for the next 90 days, and then see what you look like, right? And make a change, add another one to it, and then add another one to it, so that no matter how you feel, you realize that these are things that have to happen every day, no matter what. So prayer, right? Whatever, taking your wife out to dinner, whatever, but create something that you do every day for the next 90 days and see what your life looks like. But outside of that, I just want to let you guys know that God loves you, and so do I. I hope you have a great day, and God bless you.